Welcome to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. I am Peju Bamgboshe Rothlisberger.
Hi everyone, and I'm Naomi Bamgboshe.
And this is the Bamgboshe Happy Hour Pop Edition. How are you, Mom? What's up?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, sweetie. Everything is going great on a lovely late spring day. I had to figure out what season we were in because it seemed so summerish. Everything is going wonderfully. What's up with you, sweetie?
Everything is good. I am looking forward to a very nice weekend. You know, we have Father's Day weekend coming up, and my dad is in town, aka your ex-husband is in town. So I'm gonna celebrate and just kind of enjoy time with family. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, wonderful.
To some nice weather.
Wonderful, sweetie. I'm going to enjoy hanging out as well.
Okay, I think that we need to start the episode off, though, on a little sad note with a toast. We want to toast to Sly Stone, who passed away on Monday at the age of 82. And also, we recently just found out that Brian Wilson passed today at the age of 82.
Yeah.
So now you want to do a toast?
Oh, my goodness. Yes. R.I.P. Rest in peace and love to Sly Stone and Brian Wilson. You've given us many hours of pleasure, and we will continue to enjoy your music, your legacy, and just all the fun times and memories. And it's nice to reminisce. And what else can I say? Just rest in peace and love to Brian and Sly. Salud.
Okay. Now we're going to go more on a happy note, but I don't know. Well, I guess this is happy. The NBA Finals continues tonight at Indiana. The series is tied 1-1. So we really don't have much to say about it because it's 1-1.
Right.
So we're going to see, if the Thunder go up 2-1. If they go up 2-1, that's an advantage for them. But if the Pacers go up 2-1, they're playing at home. They stole one from the Thunder, so we'll see what happens, although the Thunder are the favorites.
Okay. Well, you know what? Good luck, guys. May the better team win. Should I say that? Or should I say may the team that plays the best win?
Yeah.
Good luck to both of you. I don't really have a preference,
right?
Good.
I wanted to go 7 games. I wanted to be
let's see some good ball playing. We want to see some good balling. Okay.
Moving on to the NFL. Obviously, the big news was Aaron Rodgers is now with the Steelers. He is now their quarterback. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Aaron Rodgers. We know where he was going. Why was he taking so long? Oh, he was having personal problems. Turns out he got married. I guess that's a personal problem. But anyway, Well,
that's a personal event. I wouldn't call it a problem. It should be a happy occasion.
Listen, who knows with this man? Let's see if he has anything left in the tank at the tender age of 41 years old. The Steelers didn't really have anybody left, and Aaron Rodgers didn't really have any other team to go to, so they both need each other. We'll see if it works out. I'm wishing good luck to Mike Tomlin, who this is his 18th or 19th season.
Oh, shout out to Mike Tomlin. Yes. Oh, much continued success, Mike.
Okay, so this is for all the football fans out here. So we're going to go down the list. I know you're really excited about this. Now, what are the questions that each of these teams are facing? The Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. Let's see what's going to happen with Kyler Murray. Is he going to stay healthy? The Los Angeles Rams. Is this Matthew Stafford's final season in LA? How much longer is he going to play? He's playing, at a really, really good level, but he also has gotten injury prone in his later years in the NFL. He's from this area, right?
Yes,
he's from Highland Park. Okay. San Francisco 49ers, they gave Brock Purdy a massive contract. Will that hurt some of the other team members or team or the roster in general.
Okay.
Okay, the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold. Let's see how well that works out.
Okay.
Atlanta Falcons. Can Kirk Cousins reclaim the starting job? Probably not.
Kirk Cousins. I was getting ready to say, I've been hearing that name for a long time.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age, and he was, he had an Achilles injury, and they benched him, and I don't know.
Well, good luck to Kirk Cousins as well.
Okay, the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, who is, not early, he's still a young quarterback. Let's see if he really made progress and is going to be a quarterback to be reckoned with in the future.
Okay.
The New Orleans Saints, we don't know who's going to get the starting quarterback job. That's like the most important thing with them.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield. Now, I think he may be underpaid for his production. Even though I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan, I think that he's proven himself as a decent starting quarterback.
Okay.
Chicago Bears, are they going to go hard on Caleb Williams? He was a rookie last year. What are the expectations for him this year?
Well, I know that they are higher than they were last year.
That is,
you can't claim that rookie status anymore.
That's true.
Okay.
Detroit Lions. Let's see how Jared Gauff does when they have made major changes in coaches. Not the head coach, but they had several coordinators that have gone. Okay. Green Bay Packers. My Jordan Love. Now, Jordan, are you on stop with all the interceptions? Are you?
I'm pretty sure he's working on it.
Okay. The Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell. Now, let's see if J.J. McCarthy is really who they will trust in as their quarterback. Now, let's get to the NFC East, our neck of the woods.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, the Dallas Cowboys. Is Dak going to be healthy? Is he going to... What version of Dak is
I want to ask
up?
a question, but I don't want to seem like overly uninformed. But I want to ask a question, and I know I'm a little bit susceptible to things I see on YouTube and so forth.
Okay.
And I shouldn't say YouTube. Let's say social media.
Okay.
That's not fair to say YouTube, because YouTube has some wonderful information, wonderful, legit information.
Okay.
Is Shador Sanders anywhere in the mix?
Yes, he's okay.
So a relevant question.
So we haven't gotten to the Browns yet.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the Browns. Once we get to the Browns, we'll tackle Shador.
Okay.
Where was I? Okay, so the Giants. Now we know who we have on the Giants. We have Russell Wilson. So let's see how things go.
Oh, good for you, Russ. That's right.
The Eagles. Now, we have another offensive coordinator. Will that hurt or help Jalen Hurts? Now, never know.
Why did they switch offensive coordinators?
Oh, well, just because when your team is doing really well, these coordinators, they're getting courted by other teams to get other jobs, to get head coaching jobs.
Yeah, so somebody paid them, gave them a more attractive offer.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And then for the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels, he's really good. Is he going to continue in that trajectory? Okay. Now, that's the one whose mama who gets criticized, but his mama is always with him all the time and tries to block all of the women and everything else.
Mama's just trying to protect her coin and her son's coin and career and keep him out of trouble.
Right. Okay, AFC West. Now, the Denver Broncos, let's see what happens with that. There's nothing really to say. Bo Nix is pretty decent. We don't know. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
Well, let's just see if their O-line has improved, because that's what everybody is, concerned about. Nobody's concerned about Mahomes. They just want to make sure the O-line is improved. And let's see if Travis, how he's feeling,
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of shade about the physical shape that Travis is in.
Yeah. Okay, the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's see how Geno Smith is on the Raiders. He's no longer on the Seahawks.
Geno. Well, that's a wild card. With Geno.
But he's not bad. He's not bad now.
But he's not that good either.
And then finally in the AFC West, the Chargers, Justin Herbert. Let's see how Justin Herbert does. They had all this promise for him. I mean, I think he's a decent quarterback, but is he overrated? Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, AFC South. Now we're going with the Texans. We just need them to protect C.J. Stroud. We know he's a real deal. The Indianapolis Colts. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with their quarterback, man. He's lost his job. Remember, now, Anthony Richardson is infamous for, he was tired, so he had to take a break. Mind you, he was a rookie or second year.
And a lot of people thought that was unprofessional move.
Correct. He was tired.
Yeah.
Okay, the Jaguars. Somebody needs to fix Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence is regressing. So let's see what happens with that. The Titans, we don't know. They have the number 1 pick, the number 1 quarterback, Cameron Ward. Let's just see if Cameron Ward is worthy of being a number 1 quarterback.
Okay.
A
lot of these young guys come in with huge expectations. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the division that everybody is talking about, AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens. Okay, Lamar Jackson, there's not much to say about him. He's great, except will he go to the even next level, which is to get a Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's it for Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
There's nothing else to question him.
I got you.
That.
Okay, Lamar. Well, Lamar doesn't go alone. He takes a team with him.
Yeah.
So let's see how his supporting cast is as well.
Now the Bengals, Joe Burrow. Now Joe Burrow had a really, really great season last year. Will he have the support to help? Now
he's one we really need to be looking at his supporting cast.
Right. And we'll see him on the quarterback. He's going to be on the Peyton Manning. Remember, he's one of the quarterbacks that'll be featured.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns. Now this is with Shador. Now there are 4 quarterbacks that are trying to get that number 1 spot, and Shador is one of them. The other ones are a little bit older. I know it's Flacco, and I don't even remember however many it is. But we will see.
So
what happens.
Where does Shador rank among the 4?
So Shador has
in succession.
So I will say 3.
In succession to the throne.
I will say 3.
There's only one below him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he's a 5th round pick.
Okay, so we can just anticipate him spending a lot of time on the bench.
Maybe, it depends on if somebody gets injured.
No,
I don't hope on that. But
yeah. Okay.
Yes, but they say he's doing well right now. They say he's looking good. So we'll see. And he's saying the right things. He's talking.
He's not talking crazy talk anymore.
Team talk.
Okay.
And he knows how to throw the football.
Okay.
He's just not that big, and and he's not necessarily like the fastest person.
Okay.
But he's an accurate thrower.
Okay. All right. That's good. Yeah. He's got a good arm, and he's talking about it with the team.
Right.
So those 2 things are good. Right. Okay.
And finally, in the AFC North is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is Aaron Rodgers. Will he make the team a contender? Now, it's not just about
will he bring leadership and cohesion to the team?
It's not
or
just
will he bring a bunch of craziness? Not.
Well, you know what?
And resentment.
He said that the Steelers, he went with them because it felt good for his soul. He did what was best for his soul.
Good.
That's what he said.
His soul.
And apparently he likes Mike Tomlin. But
well, Mike Tomlin, a lot of people respect Mike Tomlin. Right. So Mike Tomlin is a hard person not to like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll see. AFC East, we have.
Let's see how much Mike Tomlin likes him.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Let's see the AFC East. We have the New York Jets, and we have Justin Fields, who was formerly on the Steelers. Let's see how that turns out. They say that they wanted Justin Fields, and Justin Fields was like,
they got him. So let's see what they do.
No. The Steelers wanted to retain him.
They wanted. I thought you meant his new team. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The Patriots, Drake May, he's fine. Let's see what happens with him. The Miami Dolphins. Now, this is kind of a make it or break it year with Tua and the coach, Mike Daniel. If this doesn't turn out to like a deep run in the playoffs, something is going to change. Okay. That's what I'm predicting.
Okay.
And finally, who just got married and he was so happy, it's the best decision he made in his life, Josh Allen.
Good for him.
The reigning MVP.
Great.
Will he make it to the Super Bowl?
You know what? Just keep that positive attitude, and that will certainly improve your chances. Keep that wonderful attitude. I know everything is euphoric right now, but how's it going to look down the road? Yep. Okay? So, wonderful. Not saying that it won't, but just saying do all you can to maintain that positivity, because you'll only benefit from them. Josh Allen and all the rest of them.
Right.
Same thing. Okay.
And he's big.
All right. Well,
he's like, you know how like Cam is big.
Yeah,
big
yeah. Well, can he utilize that the bigness? You know.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So that's it for the football. Last but not least, just a little recap on the tennis. We know that Coco Gauff won the French Open, and we talked a little bit about the controversial comments from Sabalenka, where she implied that she lost the match rather than Gauff winning it. It's pretty much how it all summed up. And she claimed that Swiatek would have beaten Gauff if she had made it to the final. And these comments, of course, were disrespectful and, you know, just not.
It just sounded like she was a sore loser. Come on. Anything negative coming from the loser's mouth just sounds like a sore loser.
Sabalenka issued a heartfelt apology and really just kind of acknowledged her terrible performance, her 70 unforced errors.
Right. And,
you know, she expressed deep regret for her comments and just said that, you know, she reflected on her true feelings and that she feels that Gauff deserved the win very
and guess
much.
Guess what? Apologize or not. When you say things like that, you reflect yourself.
And Coco responded with grace, and she said she accepted Sabalenka's apology and reiterated that her victory was the result of her own efforts on the court. And she said she understood that emotions ran high.
Yeah, absolutely. Whereas Sabalenka made some unpleasant comments, guess what? She only reflected her own negativity.
Yeah.
Nothing else to that. Nothing else. And guess what? We've all been there, done that. Yeah. So be it.
She was a poor loser.
Absolutely. Poor sportsmanship, and she knows it, and that was it. She's not apologizing to Coco. She's apologizing to herself.
Yeah.
Because she knows that she made a poor showing.
She did.
And that's it.
Okay, so that is it for our sports segment for the week.
Thank you for that wonderful sports update. Really very comprehensive surrounding football. Oh, wonderful. No, but very good. Because I'm sure, just as with myself, many of our listeners are learning about all these different divisions and so on and so forth. So wonderful. Okay, good. Thank you, daughter. Good job. Great job.
Okay, couple of little things, news tidbits. Well, this is not a tidbit. So the protests have erupted in LA in response to Trump's aggressive immigration enforcement tactics, including the deployment of ICE agents and the National Guard troops, and many residents have taken to the streets to oppose, obviously, what they see is militarized intimidation of immigrants and peaceful protesters. And so, you know, guys, this is one thing that we always say. I know there were some elections in Jersey, and there's elections, you know, always going on throughout. Pay attention to your local elections and just kind of just stay informed, even though for me it's still difficult to watch the news, but just give yourself 5 minutes a day of news so you know what's going on.
Right. Absolutely. Guys, stay involved. Let your voices be heard, okay? I can't say that enough. Let your voices be heard. That's what this country is all about. Let your voices be heard. And anyone trying to suppress your voice, it's un-American. Okay? No, and I mean, the exception to that would be hate speech.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the exception. That, no good. We don't want that. That's toxic, okay? That's destructive, okay? So no hate speech. Other than that, let your voices be heard. And we hope that you don't have hate speech that you want to share.
That's right.
Please. We hope you wouldn't be spewing hate speech. Right.
Okay, so moving on some more with the Diddy trial. The federal sex trafficking trial of Diddy continued in the Manhattan Federal Court. This time, there was an emotional and graphic testimony from an alleged victim and former girlfriend, who they pseudonym Jane. She said she described years of abuse, manipulation, and sexual coercion at Combs' direction. She testified that she was forced into freak-offs, drug-fueled group sex encounters, often involving strangers, organized by Combs. She recounted being physically assaulted and told by Combs to hide her injuries and take ecstasy before participating in one of these nights. And there was financial control. He would wire her $150,000 over 3 years, and currently pays her $10,000 a month rent and legal fees. She says that she said that she still loved him, or had love for him, even though he abused her and financially manipulated her and emotionally manipulated her and used drugs to manipulate her. I don't know what your thoughts are about this. There was some type of sexual role play stuff, and it's just to sensationalize things. Role play as Michael Jordan, and then sometimes she would be Kobe Bryant, and a male escort would be Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, those people you named she would be role playing.
She'd be role playing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't comment on that. When you get drugs and money and everything intermingled there, I don't know. The lines get blurred.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, because whoever this person is, she's not a person he publicly acknowledged to the general public as his girlfriend or whatever. Right. So I don't know, was she just a paid sex partner or what? I don't know what she was. He's giving her a lot of money, and she's there. Yes. She seems to be free to come and go.
Right.
But what did was it episodically when he beat her up and abused her and gave her some money, and she just came back and said, I'll take another beating for some money? I mean, what's going on? Right. The way she's explaining this story, it just sounds like I'd be looking at her sideways, frankly speaking, because there's too much money that you have accepted and continue to accept, and this man is paying your rent and giving you $10,000 a month.
Because two things could be true. We don't know.
Both things can be true, but here's the line. Mm-hmm. Where is your free will in this whole thing?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Right.
Where is it that you are not able to say, I'm out of here? Right. As opposed to you're able to say, I'm out of here all along, but you keep staying there for the money.
That is
what's going on there.
100% true.
That's the problem.
Yeah, listen, all of this.
What do you do? What is your job? What is your income independent of money that you get from Buffy?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Listen, doesn't mean anything is good.
Everybody ain't Cassie. Everybody ain't Cassie. You got me?
Yeah, but
everybody ain't
Cassie.
Cassie.
There's been a lot of stuff, Ma, so we have to take everything into account.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is that we
with
can't
the alleged stuff with Kim Porter.
But we can't. Wait a minute. Everybody ain't Cassie. Everybody ain't Kim Porter. That's what I'm saying. This woman is not held publicly out like that.
Gotcha.
That's where I'm going.
I got
you. Know what I mean? We know Cassie and Kim. They on a different level. That's something different.
Right.
And we can. We can call them out and point fingers and say, what you did.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we don't know what
happened here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, just giving you the facts of the testimony. We don't know. Like we said, everything is alleged, but this is what was testified in court.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to some fun stuff, okay? Like I said, we have Father's Day coming up this weekend, but let's run down briefly, and we haven't seen any of these performances. We can maybe talk about the performances on the next episode. The BET Awards, which happened on a Monday, and a lot of people criticize BET for having this on a Monday as opposed to like on a Sunday. It just seemed like an odd
the weekend.
Day. Yeah. So
hosted by Kevin Hart.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I'm just giving the winners. So, Best Female R&B Pop Artist went to SZA. Best Male...
Good for Scissor. Shout out to SZA.
Best Male R&B Pop Artist went to Chris Brown. Best Group went to Future and Metro Boomin. Best Collaboration went to Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA.
Oh, okay.
Best Male Hip Hop Artist, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Best Female Hip Artist, Doechii. Video of the Year, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, that had to, yeah.
Video Director of the Year, Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar.
All right.
Best New Artist, Leon Thomas. Album of the Year, GNX, Kendrick Lamar. Best Actress Award went to Cynthia Erivo.
All right.
Best Actor went to Denzel Washington. They're just going to give it to Denzel no matter what. Best Movie went to...
What was that for Denzel? For what? Spartacus?
Gladiator, but
I mean,
yeah.
It's about the same thing. Yeah.
Just-
Gladiator. Okay.
Best movie, Luther Never Too Much.
Okay.
Young Stars Award went to Blue Ivy Carter.
What?
Sportswoman of the Year went to Angel Reese.
All right.
Sportsman of the Year went to Jalen Hurts.
Lovely.
Okay.
I love
those are the major awards.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah,
That's so nice, right? I
Yes.
love those.
Yes, so we'll be able to talk about the performances because I heard they had some killer performances. And so we're gonna watch.
I saw
those
some
later.
snippets, but we'll talk about it the next time. The couple of snippets
Oh
I
no!
saw,
Why did you
lovely.
see them? I thought we were.
You
gonna
showed
wait.
one to me. You showed one to me.
I did.
Yes.
Which one did I show you?
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Never mind.
All right.
No. I did just snippets. It was not.
It wasn't a full.
No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
No,
All right.
no. Just snippets. Believe
Okay,
me.
'cause you
No,
said-
no more than commercial. They were like extended commercial.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go in a little bit more. Okay.
All right.
All right, so let's get into some Father's Day stuff, and then, of course, we're going to end everything with Love Island gossip because everyone is talking about that from ages 8 to 100.
Okay.
All right, so we'll talk about on the next episode what makes a good father. On this episode, we're talking about the worst dads on TV and film. Some of them we don't know, so we can skip them. Like this person, I don't know, even though it was William H. Macy. He plays a character called Frank Gallagher in Shameless, and he has 6 kids, but he's always drunk. Dealing with them, so he's a pretty and a scam artist. On top of
that sounds great.
So we'll leave him alone. Now, what are your thoughts about Al Bundy? People have him as the worst dad. Do you think he was really that bad of a dad? I didn't think he was.
He wasn't the worst dad. He wasn't an F, but he was a D. He was a step above a failure. Okay, and the only reason that I say he was a step above a failure is because I think he had a job.
Yeah, nobody else had a job.
Right. He had a job and he stayed in the household.
Yes.
So there was that.
Yeah, so
that's it.
But he seemed detached from the family.
He just really was just, a separate entity. Okay?
Oh, God. How much did you watch Family Guy, Peter Griffin?
I didn't watch Family Guy at all.
Okay.
Is that the animated or cartoon?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Well, it's fine. I saw a few episodes of it. He just really was really irresponsible.
Okay.
The kids are always about to die because he wasn't paying attention.
Oh, regular father.
Regular dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't
Negligent. Not necessarily abusive, but definitely negligent.
You're right.
Okay.
Did you watch Arrested Development?
I don't think so.
Okay, so George Sr., we'll leave him alone. He was very manipulative.
Okay.
Now, this person, they didn't show him much at all. In Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which was Will's absentee father.
Ben Vereen.
Yeah. So he was a pretty
sucked.
bad
He
dad.
sucked. He was one of the most sucky-ass fathers in the world. He was an F. He was that F. Not only missing in action, every however many years when he did pop up, he was a liar.
Yep.
And just continually disappointed Will.
He was a terrible dad.
He was an F. He was a total F.
Okay, now this Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones. He was the dad of the twins and of my guy Peter Dinklage. He was terrible.
That was also perverted.
You see how terrible he was?
Yeah, that
to Peter Dinklage though.
Yeah, that all was so perverted. He was down there with Ben Vereen's character,
he
or
tormented,
even worse.
His children, especially,
please.
especially Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Game of Thrones that's on some unreal level. That's different.
Homer Simpson. I just think that Homer Simpson
was goofy.
Didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know him that well, but I knew enough to know he was silly.
I'm gonna skip Riverdale because we didn't really watch that one. But that one was with Luke Perry, so that's all sad too because he was the dad in that one.
Okay.
This one here, now this was a dad of all dads, Tony Soprano. Nah, a F.
Let me tell you something. When it's that type of dad and he's living that kind of life, he can only be a colossal failure. That's all he can be. He'd bring nothing to the table
super
but
hooch.
failure. Right.
Okay, Jack Torrance, from The Shining.
Oh, please. The movie?
Yes.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Wasn't he a
except
homicidal
was
maniac?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
So I will say,
oh, God, that is not, how can he even be up there? Oh, my goodness, that's ridiculous. Of course he's a failure. Go away. He's a failure as a human being.
How about Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood?
Same.
He killed us.
Yeah, of course there'll be blood when you're creating it. Oh,
okay,
boy.
now this one,
those people aren't real fathers. They're
Michael
just monsters.
Corleone in The Godfather Part 3.
Well, let me just say about him. The jury is still out for one reason, because of the circumstances surrounding his life.
Mm-hmm.
He came over as an uneducated immigrant running away.
No! The
Who?
son.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you meant Vito.
No.
Oh, you don't mean Marlon Brando. You mean Michael.
I mean Michael.
Michael was a horror.
Right, yeah.
Michael was a terrible... Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm doing the wrong generation.
Yeah.
Michael was a total horror.
Yeah.
He had a much better father than he became.
Yeah, he was... And didn't his daughter die because of him? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to skip the Royal Tenenbaums because I don't remember it that much. Do you?
I did watch some of it with Gene Hackman way back in the day, but I didn't relate to it very much in terms of, the roles and stuff.
Okay, how about this one? I know you relate to this one. Don Draper in Mad Men. He wasn't a good dad.
He was not a good dad. He was not a good husband.
Yeah.
He was not really even a good person.
No.
The only thing about him, he had a job.
Yes.
He provided financially. There was nothing else. Other than that, he was a colossal failure.
Yeah.
He was abysmal.
Lucius Lyon in the Empire.
Terrible.
He was
terrible. How you let Cookie go to jail for 17 years?
Didn't he throw his son in the garbage?
And you just were terrible. The way you were with Andre, and he needed help. You just were terrible.
Yeah.
Then you weren't too good to the gay son.
He threw him in the garbage.
So
heels.
To me, Lucius Lyon, you're in the F category.
Kanan Stark from Power. Well, we know he killed his son, so we know that was just a mess.
You're a failure in biblical proportions. Terrible.
Ghost. Now, to me, Ghost wasn't as bad of a dad.
It's a funny thing. I agree with you. Ghost was not the worst father at all, even though he was doing what he should not have been doing.
Yeah.
He had it so controlled in front of his family until it didn't even seem as if they were under threat.
Right.
The biggest threat seemed to come when he tipped out on his wife.
Yeah.
So, but he never seemed to abandon or want to abandon his children.
No.
Now, some people don't separate those things, but that is a dichotomy that is way more common than we want to believe. And if people would embrace it more, there'd be better co-parenting going on.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't think he was really that bad. He was a pretty decent father.
Yeah.
So.
This one, old Mister from The Color Purple, we know that was just a mess.
Oh, please. We don't even want to go there. That's an insult.
How about, now I didn't really see this too much. Bill Thomas, What's Happening?
He was not good at all. He was missing in action. Mama Mabel had to work all the time and take care of the kids. He was not. That was Thalmus Rasulullah that played the father. And he was,
not good.
Well, that's like even almost before my time, but it was a while back. I remember a little bit. I was a child, watching it. Yeah, he was a missing in action, opportunistic kind of manipulative kind of father.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not good.
No.
Now the last two, Randy the Ram Robinson and the wrestler, that was Mickey Rourke's character.
Yes. I don't remember him specifically in the role of a father. I know he didn't want to give up that wrestling.
Yeah, he had that daughter, like the teenage daughter.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but she's had, career since then. But
Yeah.
he was not a good dad because he was very selfish.
Right.
I'm going to skip Darth Vader and go to Joe Jackson, the Jacksons, An American Dream. Now, see, this is a
The
controversial
character
one
or the movie?
because which one?
Right.
And
where we going with it? Well, we know for sure, we can say on one hand, he helped his family in terms of cultivating and developing their talents.
Mm-hmm.
So we know he worked hard with that. We know he did do that. And he was successful at that.
right.
So we do know that. One of the most successful groups in history, So
Right.
we know that. How they were with their personal lives and how they developed as human beings. I don't know what you want to attribute any of that to. Life, him, a combination.
Right.
I don't know where you want to go with that. And the claims of abuse, well, according to whose standards? What abuse? I mean, I don't know that Child Protective Services were involved. I don't know at the time what the laws
they even
were.
have that back then?
Right. And yeah, at the time what the laws were. Did they suffer really, physical abuse? Was it psychological? Was he negligent or really flat out abusive and aggressive and assaultive? I mean, I don't know what, all that is supposed to mean. Was he controlling and so forth with his kids? I would tend to say he did his best to try to be, because they were growing up. He had a lot of kids. He had a big family.
Right.
And he wanted to try to keep them. He didn't look. They could have went like a whole nother family, and the whole family end up on drugs,
Right.
and in jail, and
Right.
and curtailing their career because they were so drug addicted.
Right.
And I've never heard any allegations of sexual abuse. Maybe who knows? But I never heard it. In the way they talk about him, I'm sure they would say it.
Right.
So-
yeah, you're right.
So I mean,
It's kind of hard.
Yeah,
to judge that one.
I'm gonna just say I have to just recuse myself, because with Joe Jackson, I don't know where we're going
Where
with
you
that.
gonna go?
Because I can see some things that absolutely were good, and then some things you wonder, well, what the hell happened?
Okay.
And there are parts that's good that we know we can attribute to him, but there's parts that's bad that do we attribute that to him as well? I don't know.
Okay. Well, like I said, on the next episode, we're going to do the good dads, quote
Okay.
unquote.
And some of them fall in both categories.
Some of them fall. What are your thoughts? I just thought of a couple that I didn't see on the list. I thought of Walter White. And then I don't remember Jason Bateman's character in Ozark, but what do you think of them as dads? Do you think they would fall in this worst category?
Generally speaking, when you make your life being a criminal and putting your kids in danger, somehow of your own free will, sometimes these pictures, these screenplays and so forth, they make it like the fathers were innocent and they couldn't help themselves. I don't buy into that. I feel at some point you could have made different types of decisions, and for the most part they all went for money. They all went, bottom line, it was greed.
Right.
With all of them. And when that's what governs your behavior, you start to make some crazy decisions. And when those decisions are things that jeopardize your family totally and completely, and it, to me, I can't say that you're being a good parent.
Right.
No matter how bad the choices are, what kind of dilemma you're in, one is always preferable to the other.
And they just continue to dig themselves deeper.
Absolutely.
That was the thing about both of them.
And it was all bottom line money.
Right. They didn't just say, okay, I have enough money here, let me get out and go away with my family and be safe. They kept going.
They got drawn to the money. They got addicted to the, excitement or danger or whatever. And no, I can't say either one. Either one of those. We see
John Hamm going down that route in his new show, Friends and Neighbors.
Yes.
And he's all about his family. He loves them so much. What are you doing?
But yet, this is what you do to them.
Right.
You're subjecting them to what you really did do,
right.
Not when you're arrested for something that you didn't do.
Right.
Now you are purposely and consciously making a decision to go do what you know is wrong, is demoralizing, humiliating, embarrassing. Your word, embarrassing for real.
Well, and that's why I don't fault Ghost as much as I fault some of the other people, because Ghost, he was in it as a kid, and I'm sure they got pregnant kind of early.
Yes.
And he didn't want his kids in that lifestyle.
That's right.
But he didn't teach them. He wasn't real with them, I guess. He didn't. Right. He needed to kind of put that out into the universe early on. I don't want you going that route.
Right.
I did such and such when I was younger. I don't want that for you.
Right.
Instead, he just completely tried to hide that whole life.
Right.
And it backfired.
Right.
So, but I don't think he was a worse father.
I'm in full agreement. I don't think he was the worst father by far.
Okay, so we will, like I said, come back with the next episode with the best dads. Now, let's talk a little bit about Love Island. There are 5 couples that are still together from Love Island in USA. Like, from all 7, we're on the 7th season now.
Okay.
So only 5 that are still together.
Well, you can say only 5, or you can say 5, right?
And so
well, how you look at it.
Let me tell you who they are.
Okay.
Taylor and Bergie. Remember Taylor and Bergie?
Bergie?
Mm-hmm. Bergie.
Get out of here.
The black woman?
Yes.
Yes, they're still together. They've been together for 2 years.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And
for
Bergie
them.
even posted a heartfelt Instagram birthday tribute to Taylor and for her love, support, and impact on his life.
Oh,
so
nice. Okay.
They seem stable. We'll see.
Seemed like things went okay with Grandpa. Mm-hmm. Or either Bergie said, Grandpa, you got to step back.
This is who I like.
And you fall back, right? Mm-hmm.
Marco and Hannah have gotten engaged. They got engaged May 28th.
Oh, so nice. So I remember them well. And they were a good couple back then. They seemed to really bond. Yeah.
Right. So
I
happy
Marco, curly hair, Italian Marco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hannah's biracial. Yeah.
Yes.
Cordell and Serena, they are still together.
Okay.
Now, Cordell has relocated to LA, where Serena lives. They are not living together yet.
All right.
Serena does not want to live with anyone until they become engaged.
Mm-hmm. Well, good for her. Good for her. I like it that she, is has some standards, and I like it that he made the move to come to where she is. Mm-hmm. That's also, to me, those are 2 very positive indicators.
Next, we have Leah and Miguel, who are still together.
Okay, good.
We don't know if they live together or not. I think there's this kind of long distance because I think he is British, so I don't know if he's moved to LA or not. They haven't said that.
Okay.
Now, Janae and Kenny, they are together, but they don't live with each other. And their 1-year anniversary was August the 9th.
Okay.
And he surprised her. He's teasing her with the surprise trip, and Janae is hoping that it's Italy.
Okay. All right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So only the couples from season 5 and 6 are any of them still together. So.
Okay. Well,
but
so
that's
be
good.
That to me, that's wonderful. That's right.
Okay. So let's get into what is going on this season. I'm going to take my little sip for this one for sure. We'll finish it up. Let's see. Okay. So, let's just go into the couples. They had a recoupling, and we have Huda and Jeremiah, who everybody is always talking about. Now, on the last episode, they teased that there is a little bit of friction between them, that, you know, this could be imploding. We don't know.
Okay.
But Jeremiah is starting to have doubts. He feels as though Huda is very controlling, which she is.
Absolutely.
And is treating him like a child. And so I don't like this couple. I don't either. And there are many reasons why I don't. Number one, I think that Jeremiah is playing this to win. I think that Huda has no business on this show. Don't want to discriminate against people who are single moms, because single moms need love. Maybe if she was older, maybe if she was more mature, I think she can go on a reality show. We talked about this before. I think Love is Blind is good for her. Married at First Sight.
Right.
I don't think Love Island is a good show for single moms or single dads that are in their 20s.
Right. With young kids. Right.
It's not the right show.
Right.
Now, Huda seems very jealous, seems manipulative. I don't like these two together.
I don't either.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm in full agreement with you. I don't like her attitude. And what I really don't like about her is that I'm always looking at her sideways. I'm always looking at her like, can I really trust you? Because I heard what you said, but then I saw what you did. And then why are you so quick to glom on and want to lock down with me when you are supposed to be getting to know someone? Because it isn't just for you. It's for you and your child. And you need to just take it easy and see how we grow.
Right.
How I develop, how I mature. And wait a minute. It's only been a week or whatever it is.
Now, but she was like that like day 3 or day 4.
Right.
And it's still only a week.
Yeah. And so it's only been a few days since you disclosed to Jeremiah. So you need to wait and see how, when the dust settles, all this feels to Jeremiah. Right. You know, did he sign up for this? And that's another reason why it's not the show for her. That's another reason.
Right.
But even within the context of this show, within the total scope of this show, the most she should be at the end is, well, let's see how we make it on the outside. You know? She should be moving slowly and cautiously. Not quick. Anybody she thinks she can manipulate into, or she thinks is cute or whatever she thinks, and she can manipulate into, or guilt or whatever she's doing, into staying with her, you know, bam, that's it. Not when you have a child, you know, and you want to present a better image to your child.
And then she just not a good idea.
Even if for the money, you're supposed to be acting with integrity, not just any old thing, you know.
And then just a lot of little things, and she's like, "Oh, I'm high maintenance." Why are you so high maintenance?
You didn't have those standards when you got pregnant by whoever.
Right.
If you're so high maintenance, why weren't you married?
Right.
That's the total high maintenance.
What is that? What do you mean you're high? I just
listen.
No,
listen.
I'm not voting for them.
When you talk about you high maintenance, you go in two categories. You high maintenance meaning that you serious for life, and that's what you're doing, and you married, because then you are commingled with your mate and y'all together lead a good lifestyle, okay? Or you totally professional and a prostitute, or whatever, and you live in a high maintenance lifestyle based on that. But you ain't a single woman going on Love Island talking about you high maintenance.
Nah.
If you high maintenance, you don't even need to be on that show.
That's not the show for you.
Right.
So I'm not happy with this couple. Next couple, Olandria and Taylor. Now, no romantic spark. They had a kiss that was forced in the photo booth.
Right.
But not
spontaneous at all. I'm with you. Nope.
I don't know Taylor. Okay, so Taylor, I know at one point was attracted to Sierra, I was never, feeling Taylor.
Right.
And I don't know whoever else he may have been attracted to, because we'll get to Amaya in a minute. I don't see this, working out unless they're gonna try to play this like, become friends and make it phony. Right. But I don't see it as a real connection.
Landria is so busy running around playing mother to everybody.
Right.
Mother / busybody to everybody. You don't know just exactly, where her focus is, because it doesn't seem to be with Taylor.
Right.
And I want to call him Tex, but he's not from Texas. I think he's from Oklahoma or something like
Oklahoma.
that. Yeah. But anyhow, Cowboy, her focus does not seem to be on him, and he seems to be, what do they say, a very slow boil, a low boil. Yeah, slow boil. Oh, my goodness.
But okay. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate with Olandria, because everything you said, I agree with you about that. But I also am a type of person, and maybe this wouldn't be the show for me if I was in
yeah.
I would want Taylor to show some type of
more,
affection or interest in me.
Well, why are you thinking I'm going someplace different? I'm in total agreement with that.
That's maybe where she's coming from.
Well, you saying maybe that's where she's coming from, and I'm going to say to you, it seems as if she would stay out of other people's business a little bit more.
That's true.
And, fall back a little bit and be more just sort of fun and easygoing and this and that, because what it looks like she's doing to me, as opposed to even being accessible to him very often, it seems to me as if she's just not focused on him at all. And that's a very different thing. You got the ones who are acting super thirsty, running behind somebody, hounding them. You have the ones who, are, measured in what they do. And then you have the ones that are totally disinterested. Short of, I guess she sleeps with him at night. Short of that.
But there's nothing that they do in the bed. That.
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Short of that, I'm not seeing anything, because especially if we're sleeping together, it's going to be more affection.
The cuddle.
That's the affection.
Right.
That's the bonding part.
Right. Right.
I mean, we know that it culminates in sex sometimes, but that's not.
The worst of the worst, they cuddle. At least.
Right.
And so, so I don't know.
And then there's no public displays of affection. No PDAs with them at all.
But Olandria has said to Taylor, come on, man, what's going on? I would I don't feel comfortable.
I got that.
Say that.
I understand and appreciate her with that.
And she hasn't been aggressive towards him. She hasn't been thirsty.
Not at all.
But she said what she said, and I respect her for saying that.
I much appreciate her more. Listen, if I had to err on the side of caution and seem a little aloof toward him, that would be fine. I'd rather be aloof than to be thirsty.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So I am going to say that.
If we could go back in time.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
All right. Hannah and Charlie, not much to say about them, because they seem to be, one. They seem to be okay.
And they fly under the radar a lot.
Yeah.
And when they do say something, it's good. Yeah. It's more positive toward each other.
Yeah.
And when they say things to, the other members there on the island, is supportive.
Right.
They're never like with the drama, trying to start stuff.
Right.
I
like that.
Yeah. So they're good. They're good listeners, and they seem to be good team players.
Now here's a couple that is not a couple, and that is complete drama. Amaya and Ace. Now, obviously get your opinion on this. Ace is, I don't really like Ace. Ace, not that
he's showing some nasty sides of his personality.
Right. Ace to me is a 22-year-old kid who.
That's right, man-child for sure.
He's not coming across as a young man. He's coming across as a kid.
Yeah.
Who thinks that he's the ish, and is just playing like hard to get. Him choosing Amaya and then immediately saying to Amaya, what he wants to be open and blah 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 and all this other stuff. We get that. You're supposed to be open, but you don't need to say that. make it seem like, I'm trying to get to know you and other people.
Right.
When you go to her and say that, it makes it seem like I'm not really trying to get to know you.
Don't call me babe.
Right, and that
who would waste their breath on something so ridiculous?
Some people say, people call me babe. I am married. They are not my husband.
Right.
They're not even a male.
Right.
So
it's an affectionate term.
Right. Some older women.
Right.
Some women my same age.
Right.
They just do it.
It's just an expression.
Just how they talk.
Right. Absolutely.
And so I don't like that.
That he attached anything to that was just nasty.
Now Amaya.
It's just nasty.
Amaya, girl, you a cute girl. Don't make yourself appear unattractive.
Right.
And when I say that, all of this anger, all of the overreaction to everything, people would flock to you if you would be like, oh, okay, no worries, yeah, I'm open to, I'm gonna go talk to such and such. Like, oh, you go to what? And then attacking Shelly. Shelly didn't do anything to you. Now, to me, Shelly did nothing to her.
Did absolutely not.
And that was the wrong person for her to attack.
Right.
Ace, she could have said what she wanted to say to Ace, and that would have been it. I wouldn't have any more conversation with Ace. I would act like he's not even in there, and I would be so nice to the other guys in the villa. I wouldn't have attitude with everybody I come across, and that's what she's doing. And she's saying, "Oh, I'm not stupid."
Well, you're behaving very stupidly. That's right.
You may not be stupid.
Well, you certainly appearing that way.
And I don't like that. I don't like that, for her being a young woman. I don't like that for her being a nurse and doing an admirable occupation, profession.
Right.
You worked hard. I don't like that. You are diminishing your value. You really, all of that stuff that she's doing, she's not going to end up with anybody.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to want to deal with her.
Listen, honey, you on the express train off the island.
Right.
With that attitude, that behavior, not good. It won't be because of your looks. It'll be because of your behavior. It won't be because of anything anyone else has done to you. It will be because of the way you have reacted to everything.
Right.
Poor attitude.
Right.
So, I'm in full agreement with everything you've said. And the only thing that I'm going to add to it is that, Amaya, if you want to stay, if you want to be considered at all by any of the other male guests, you need to hurry up and do a 180-degree change. Because as it is right now, the word is out that you are toxic and stay away.
And the sad part about all of this stuff is that initially she isn't wrong in that Ace has mistreated her. Her reaction to Ace has been the problem. Ace did not do you right. Ace disrespected you. And so because he disrespected you, I would not have any words for him. I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of fighting with him.
Absolutely not. What are you fighting for? Absolutely. You need to refocus on yourself, your dignity, your pride, and your desire to have a good relationship.
Yeah,
you need to refocus. It's not with Ace. Hold your head up, keep on walking, step away from Ace. Let the anger go. Go do some exercises. Go do some laps in that beautiful pool.
Yeah.
And they have all kind of exercise equipment. You can just go for a walk in nature.
Yeah.
Or
go on the
go
beach.
Do some. Absolutely.
Go for a swim.
There's
like
absolutely no reason for you to have to just run around spewing fire all over the place.
Yeah. So I don't like that. So I don't know how much longer she'll stay. Okay, so here, going into the next couple, Shelly and Austin. Now, okay, so I like Shelly. I'm fine with Austin. We know we've heard all this stuff about him and supporting Trump and blah, blah, blah. But then he, erased it or deleted his account. I don't know what he did. Something.
He's presenting as a nice guy on the show.
He's been nice to Shelly.
Right.
And
right.
that is all that I am concerned about for this show.
Right.
Now, do I think that she's going to probably end up with Ace? Probably, because she's been too sensible for most of it. She made a couple little errors the other night, where, Ace said to her, "Oh, I want to do like a yoga date or yoga something with you," and she just dropped.
That was breakfast. That was for morning.
Right.
Remember, she was fixing the breakfast for Austin,
and she dropped whatever she was doing to get ready to go with Ace. But then, of course, it was a big blowout with Ace.
Well, she was intercepted by Amaya.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so that kind of stopped everything. But Ace, I feel that you knew this man outside the villa, and for whatever reason it didn't work outside the villa. I don't think it's going to work. It's not. I think that inside the villa he can try to make it seem like it's something, and then when you get back outside,
it'll be the same thing. It'll be the same thing.
And to me, like, I hate to do this with the age thing. I think he's immature. I think that you at 27 and the way he's acting at 22, there's some 22-year-olds that are mature. Not many, but there are some.
Right.
He's not one of them. If you're looking for something serious, Ace is not that one. Austin is goofy, but Austin is nice and seems to like you. But we see that there's going to be some licking from Ace on Shelly on the Thursday's episode. And I don't like how that looks. So I don't know how this is going to work out. I really don't know. I do know that there's going to be some bombshells coming in, and that might put the kibosh on a lot of things.
There you go. So let's see how that all works out. Shelly, I just want to say to you, don't take it so seriously. Ace is flitting around every which way with everybody, and you've known him for a minute. You don't know what that's going to be. So how much energy you want to give that? Just think about it.
Remember, Austin, he was with you, Lisa.
Yeah, and Austin is at least nice to you and showing you energy. Well, but then he's the pool boy with a high body count. So you can see how much energy you want to give that.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, So you need to be not taking anything so seriously and not glomming onto Ace for sure. Mm-hmm. That is definitely not going to help you. Ending up with Ace, that may not be the thing you even want to do.
Nah, no.
That
not if you're trying to be serious.
That's right. That might not be the thing you really want to do. So you need to think about it. But guess what? It's your decision to make. Yeah. So, but that's on you.
And the last couple is Sierra and Nick. And right now, believe it or not, I'm going to take my last sip.
Okay.
Sierra and Nick seem to be the least problematic.
Yeah, they really do seem pretty stable for the time being.
Now, there are some bombshells coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Nick, he can't, resist certain people. Sierra seems to really like Nick. I'm a little bit worried about that. Although, with Sierra's personality, she's not an aggressive person. She may be sexually more aggressive, but she's not gonna fight him. She's not gonna try to embarrass him.
She's not addicted to the drama sure.
She's not.
No.
So, but I think that's attractive.
Me too.
To a lot of people.
You got that right.
And so I also think so what I'm saying is, that's why I'm thinking that Nick, whatever he does, he may try to always get back with her, because there's not everybody that acts like Sierra.
That's right. She's shown a level of sophistication and maturity, to handle, whatever.
Right.
So far. So far she's been really good.
Right. Because when they mentioned to her, when she was talking to Nick and saying about the whole stuff with Bella, she didn't talk bad to him or talk down to him. She just was like, were you going to tell me?
She was very sophisticated in those circumstances. And she said she hated to see Bella go. She really liked Bella, but at the same time, she was happy, to be in with Nick. And that's what she said. And to me, that was fair.
Right. And Nick, and what is Nick gonna say? Like, Nick is gonna look like, I'm sorry,
Nick did what he felt was in his best
and
interest.
I wish this is how Maya would be, because listen,
right.
You can't make a man or woman, whatever,
or anybody,
treat you any type of way, but all you can control is you. And if you hold yourself with dignity and class and are chill and relaxed, then they have to step back and assess their own behavior.
There you go.
But if you're acting like a wild fool, even though their behavior was wrong, they're like, well, I don't care.
Right.
And that's what Swoop Ace.
Yeah, that's what happened with Amaya.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking sideways at Huda.
Well, for sure.
I'm looking at her.
For sure. And she was up in his face.
And she was,
I didn't like
and all
that.
these hand gestures and even
Jeremiah's
her tone.
face,
And even her tone when she said that, when she went to pull him from the crowd to talk to him.
Yeah.
You could tell she was angry. And he didn't like it, and he's soft-spoken. He doesn't get loud or wild. Or we've not seen him that way. And he said to her, why you, doing your hands or in my face or something. He said he made it known that he didn't like the way she was behaving.
Right.
And I like that because I may not shout and scream or whatever, but I'm letting you know I don't like it.
Right.
So if you stop, you're annoying me, you're offending me, you're making me mad. And if you don't stop it, then I'm looking at you still because I don't like it, but you don't even care.
You don't care.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, good season so far. Good start.
Yeah.
A lot of drama.
Very interesting.
Not happy with some of the, behavior, but definitely entertaining. And we will, keep you updated on our thoughts of Love Island Season 7. My Love Island UK, I don't know if it's season 12 or 13 or whatever, it actually started in the UK, and it'll be available for us US viewers starting today.
Well, all right.
Well, when I say today, the 12th.
Okay.
So,
all right. Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Selma, I need you to tell me 3 things that made you smile.
I'm going to give you 4. Starting with family. I'm going to start with family. Starting with family. Then we're going to go the sun, the stars, the moon.
I am going to go with family as always. I'm going to go with friends and sports.
Okay.
All right.
And once again, daughter, thank you for that in-depth sports.
It was in-depth.
Sports segment.
I did
that was really good. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Okay.
Anything you want to say before we go?
Well, I just want to tell everybody life is too short and too long to be unhappy. To thine own self be true. No drinking and or drugging and driving.
Yeah.
Have a designated driver. Catch a Lyft or Uber or whatever. Just don't get behind that wheel. Okay? The life you save may be mine.
Exactly. All right. Like you said, Ma, everyone be safe. We will be back again. We have a special Father's Day episode that'll be airing on Sunday, and we will be talking about mostly everything that has to do with Father's Day. Definitely getting into what it means to be a good dad and some examples of good fathers on TV and film. So everyone be safe. We will be back soon. Take care. Bye.
Smoke some weed.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.